Here are 10 free AI tools that you can learn to make thousands of dollars from home. And in this video, I'll be introducing you to each one, provide tutorials when possible, and also give you ideas to transform those skills into hard-earned cash. And you might want to stick around, because one of these could be your ticket to financial freedom, or just a bit of side cash. Why not? Now this first tool has pretty much completely replaced ChatGPT for me when it comes to doing research. The name of the tool is Perplexity, a search engine, just like 0025 ChatGPT. But it actually gives you real-time data from around the web. Now, the thing I love the most about it is that it actually provides you with every single one of the sources for the answers. So if you're interested in how it came up with that answer, you can just go ahead and click on the source and read the full article behind it. And that's actually super valuable for me, because I do a lot of research and I need it to be accurate. So let's jump in so I can show you what I mean. So you can come in here and you can ask any question that you'd like to answer. Please give me a list of active real estate investors in Los Angeles County. So here in just a couple seconds, it's provided me with an answer based on the search results. Here's information what we found about active investors in real estate in Los Angeles County, and for each one of these points where it's giving me an answer. You can also see that here it's providing me with these sources. You can also go ahead and click up here to the source directly, and you can learn a little bit more about it. And it's basically crawling the web, finding information, the most relevant information, and bring it all into one place, and giving me a really good answer. And so I find the quality of the answers I'm getting here are just so much better that I'm actually used to with ChatGPT. And so yeah, this gives you a lot of power. But how do you actually make money with this? Well, the first thing you could do is provide your services as a research assistant for local businesses. And this could pretty much be the engine for all your research. 135. And of course, you probably want to then create it into a very nice PDF so that you can have a report after that. But it allows you to get so much information all in one place at once. And then it's up to you to interpret that, so that you can provide a report that actually provides insights on top of that. Another thing that content creators like me would also value a lot is actually to have a lot of research done behind specific topics that they're going to be talking about. People currently charge up to $150 per video for the research that 2 hours goes behind the videos for the content creators to then write scripts through. And by the way, I have never had to go on the paid plan of Perplexity because you get so many features in their free plan. Now this next tool might be the secret ingredient that you were looking for all data analysis and machine learning needs. The name of the tool is Orange Data Mining. And may I say that it allows you to make data mining fun. So what is it, and how does it actually work? Well, it's a visual programming platform that 224 allows you to drag and drop different components to build out workflows that help you interpret all that data. And it's also completely open source, which means that it's free and accessible to anyone. Now, this is a platform that molecular biologists are using to research. RNA scientists are using it to process huge amounts of data for their experiments. And educators are teaching it to their students. And if you think this is completely boring, it is. That's the entire point. If you learn this platform, you will be able to sell your 249 services as a data analyst and even a machine learning assistant. Another way you can make money is by learning it and creating a course around this tool specifically. But because most of you probably don't want to sell your services as data analysts or as machine learning assistants, that's why the next tool I want to talk about will allow you to become a social media specialist really quickly. The name of it is Canva. But more specifically, I'm going to be talking about what you get in their free plan now for those of you who didn't get 0312. The memo. Canva is a design tool for non-designers. It allows you to create quite easily beautiful designs that you can then use in social media or for print. Okay, so when I jump into Canva, I want to talk about the Magic Studio first. There are a bunch of different features, some of them which are pretty classic and you guys are probably very used to, text to image, stuff like that, but I'm actually going to be taking you through a project and I'm going to be dodging the paid plan as much as possible. So you can see everything, you 336 can actually get done with the free plan now. When I'm in the designer here, I'm going to create a presentation to showcase some of these cool AI tools that you can use completely for free on the left hand. Here we see there are plenty of templates to choose from if you want to avoid the paid ones. Just avoid the ones with the little crown on it so I can select one of these. I can also go to the top and just describe the style that I want to actually be doing this in. So create a slick startup slide deck for a pitch. Awesome. So now 040 generated a couple here that we can see, and I find them pretty good. Honestly, I'll probably just go with one of the templates. I'm going to apply all of these 16 template slides, and then I'm going to show you some AI you can use to adapt them. The first thing that we have is basically we have an editor that allows you to magic write. So this can basically, let's see different variations of this. So this is a cool little feature that allows you to kind of rewrite text. The next really cool feature is this one. So if I click on A0425 specific image, let's say that I uploaded this. Of course, I could just switch this out for a different image. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to go to edit image. And then there's AI that allows you to do some pretty cool stuff. So they have a magic edit button here. And here what we can do is that we can have a couple different things. That one I like is click over here. So if you press on click, it's actually going to break down this image into its separate elements. And then you can adapt those 0447 elements based on just a prompt that you write. So now I could just basically hover over the area I would like to change, and I'm going to, for example, grab this, and I'm going to give it a prompt underneath. Make this blue boom, and just like that, it's actually changed the color of the pot. I want to show you a couple other features here that I find pretty cool as well. You can do things like add filters to them. You can also choose to blur different sections out. Okay, I want for the focus to be more on the actual fingers, right? And I want the 0514 rest to be a little bit less focused. So here I could adapt the focus of it. You're going to see that AI is actually identifying the focal point, and then I can actually determine where that focus point is. So boom, I make that the focus point, and then I can choose how blurry or not I want it to be. Let's say we just really want the app to be showing here now. Of course, these are just quick changes that I'm making on the fly. Let's check out a couple other cool AI things that you can do here. SO0537. If I go onto a specific picture, I can go and I can give myself a little facelift. So look face. I think this is a feature that people kind of usually love. It's like they can just basically make their skin a little bit smoother. So let's go ahead and do that. You can also add a bunch of different apps. As you see here, there are individual apps if you want to pixelize certain things, for example, if you want to blend, colorize. And so some are only for the paid plan, as you can see, but a lot are not when you add an app to use inside. Your 0605 going to see it right here. But also you have Magic Media, which is basically create images, create graphics, create videos with a single prompt here. It uses Runway, so you could create short videos if you wanted to as well, to include in your side deck. So how do you actually make money? Well, the first and easiest is that you could actually create beautiful pitch decks for people customized to their needs. You could also sell your services as a social media specialist, because here we created a presentation. But you could create all sorts of social 0633 media assets, and then you could deliver those, and they could all be in a kind of similar style. And there are two more tools in this category that allow you to create beautiful designs really quickly. The next one I'm going to talk about is called Firefly from Adobe. And basically it's a creative suite to be able to do a number of different things, right? So let's jump into one of these, and I'm going to show you that there's a lot that you can actually do with the free plan. Okay, so let's come here and put A0656 photo. Realistic man riding a large pig on the moon. Why not? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe this will get people's attention on social media. This is a pretty photorealistic pig we have here. Let's see the other ones. Okay, this one is less photorealistic, a little bit less as well. I think this one's a good middle ground because it looks pretty photorealistic. And also the person doesn't have his hands in the air like the first one, so pretty good results. And of course, you can use these within any 724. One of your projects. Okay, so another feature I find really impressive is generative expand. So if we click on this, we can basically choose the size. So I'm basically asking it to add the Saharan desert with some palm trees behind. So it's going to basically expand this image that we have here into and generate that with AI. So it's really a first version, as you can see here. Not that great. This very first version, this one is maybe a better one. So you see it's actually generated the ears that it didn't really have. And now it's 0752, kind of like added this background to it as well. Other features that we'll talk about here are things like generative prefill. So look at this one. Okay, so let me grab an image here. I'm going to grab this one. Let's just add a small cute cat sitting on this planet. Let's see what it generates. A little cute cat overlooking the planet. So as you can see, this is a very powerful tool, and you can generate revenue by literally creating any type of assets for people that you can then download all of it. Possible 823 within the free plan, so check out Adobe Firefly. Now, the next two I'm going to talk about is based on a story that I heard a podcaster talk about where he spent $25,000 to get the name of a brand. Now, of course, you're not going to charge people that much, but there's actually a lot of value in creating brands and coming up with cool logos behind those brands. Next tool is called Namlix. If you come to their website, they are a business name generator, uses AI to be able to create brandable business names using Artificial's 0850 intelligence. So let me go ahead and type in a couple keywords here. Let's type in no code. AI startups go ahead and generate. Now it's going to ask me a couple of different things. I usually go for brandable names, so like Google Rolex. But you could also go for short phrases like Dollar Shave Club. You can kind of choose what you're looking for in terms of style as well. Here, then I'm going to select how random I want that to be. I usually go for medium, but you could also go for high here, and then 0921. It's going to ask for a short description of what this business is actually going to be doing. So I'll put in an online education platform to learn how to build startups with no code. Now let's see what it comes up with here. Boom. Basically, it comes up with a bunch of different names. Here it also asks you, do you want to register the domain? Loop Labs, for example. And if you click on this, sometimes it will tell you, hey, actually, the Doom is not available here as it says here, but U0946 could use the Doio, right? So this is a really good place to not only generate cool names and already have logos, kind of create themselves, but also to be able to check whether or not the Doom is available or not. It's a really cool to simple to use. So how do you make money with this? Well, you could do a couple things. You could basically already grab a couple of these and put them in a presentation. And you've done all the research just with this one tool. So you can basically showcase different ideas. And then that might be a way for 1013U to sell your customer. And maybe then you build not only the full brand behind it, but also their website if someone's willing to pay $25,000 just for a name, which is kind of silly. Well, then I'm sure that you can make a lot of money just actually selling these out-of-the-box logos, right? Okay, but what if you got the name, but you're not really excited about the logo? That's why I'm going to be talking about this next tool, and you already know it. It's actually called Fiverr. What Fiverr? 1037, yeah. They actually have an AI generation tool that you can use to actually create custom logos with AI. So let me jump in and show you how it works. So if you go to Fiverr and you just type in logo, the first thing that you're going to see here is Logo Maker right here. Let's say the name of my brand is No Code Magic. Go ahead and start. Then you can add the industry, and then it's going to actually start showing you logos. You can kind of select the styles that you like. Okay, I'm actually looking something a little bit 1101 more slick graphic elements. I'm going to click on that. Slick Startup Computer Tech. Look, boom! No Code Magic. Pretty cool. If I click on one of these now, I can actually see it in action. Look at that, it's already created it. And this part is actually free. What I would do if I was trying to make money with this is that I'd basically just take screenshots of these like, oh, your logo could be this, and I'm just taking screenshots of this. These are just examples of what your business card might look, Weathermafringe 26. And you could basically go to your clients and be like, hey, check it out. I have a couple of ideas for the logos. Which one do you want? Then you can actually customize them as well. So it's like, oh, I prefer this color. Once your customer says, yes, I love this one. Let's go forward with this one. Excellent. You can charge the customer. You can generate it here, and you're going to be able to sell it because you can actually buy and download, and it's actually very affordable. It costs $60, and it really $11.51. Depends here, because each maker is slightly different, but I usually go for $90 for the full logo. But again, before even doing that, you'd be able to not only generate the name, but then create several versions of the logo completely for free. Showcase it to a customer, and then you could be like, hey, are you ready to move forward with that? And I actually used this exact maker to build a logo for a micro SaaS that I'll be launching soon. So make sure to stay tuned by subscribing to the channel. And yeah, this is not free. But as you can see from what 12.19 I've shown you, you can actually charge the customer for it before you pay anything. You literally just have to generate different options for them, and then you can sell logos. Okay, so this next tool will probably not make you a millionaire, but it's super impressive and it's completely free. The name of it is. So let's jump in. 1236com is a platform that allows you to create with a text prompt a full song. It's absolutely impressive, and I've used it to create a couple, and I'm completely blown away, so you can check out a couple featured ones here. But if you jump into Create here, it's going to allow you to create your own with just one text prompt. Okay, so my prompt is create a rap song about how no-code tools can turn non-technical people into startup entrepreneurs. Let me go ahead and run this prompt and see what it creates, as you can see here. It's 13:01, creating already 2 different versions of this song, and it's just literally in a couple seconds. We already have the song. Let's give it a listen. Now, let's listen to the second one here. Drag and drop. Visionaries. I love that. Okay, so what happens if we change the style of this? I'll just adapt this prompt to house music. Okay, well, I'll keep it to that. But you can see how this gets very addicting very quickly. And for this one, you might not make any money. In fact, you might waste a lot of time, which is probably 1332, going to lose you a bunch of money. But it's so cool. So my big challenge for you today is to create a song and then generate revenue from a song. If you're able to do that, let me know how you did it in the comments below, and if not, well, we can just continue to rock out. Okay, guys, focus. Let's get back to tools that can actually make us money. For those of you who follow this channel, you know about this next tool because I love it. It's specifically great at impressing clients before you even deliver a website with early stages. D9 built yourself, so the tool is called Reum, and it is a paid product. However, it has free features that allow you, in my opinion, to be able to generate revenue. So let me explain how you do this. What does it actually do well? It helps you speed up your website. Design leveraging AI, so you could just put in the description of your company down here. I'll put in a 2-sided marketplace for secondhand sneakers. Boom, just like that. What it's doing is that it's creating a sitemap, which is basically the representation of a website. It 1426 creates the pages. Here's the home page, suggests a couple additional pages based on what you've talked about. We come a little bit further in, we're going to see that each one of these sections actually has a prompt of its own. We can adapt this prompt if we want. We can also delete sections if we don't want. And once we've kind of generated the pages that we want by just simply going here to the different pages and generating that section, we can go ahead and go to the top and click wireframe now. What 1451? This does is that it actually builds out the full wireframe for each one of the pages that you've just asked it to create. And if you check out what it's doing here, is that it's actually copywriting for you. It is creating the sections, each one of these sections, by the way. You can replace, so check this out. It's written out the copy, buy and sell secondhand sneakers. You can either shop or you can sell. This is a full wireframe. But if you don't like the way that these are structured, Reloom is a 15/16 component marketplace, so you can actually switch out the different components. So for example, I can just choose a different hero section. I can rewrite the text as I wish. As you can see, it showcases it here. If I like this section, for example, boom, I can just click here. Now, the crazy thing here is that you can actually export these into Webflow, which is a no-code website builder, and you can create a full website. Like literally, it'll just build all the code behind it for you. And that, of course, is on the paid plan. But this 15 to 42 free plan really allows you to create this entire structure to your website that allows you to then go to your customer. And this is how you can land incredible sales. It's like, hey, I've already advanced on some ideas of layouts for your website. It shows you're proactive, that you're already thinking about all the different sections. You can have a conversation with them. Adapt these things, and when you're ready and you close the client, you can pay for the apps to generate revenue with it. Okay, so 1605. This next tool is an AI-based tool that's going to save you a bunch of money and time, but I'll also be talking about some creative ways of generating money with it, okay? So the name of this tool is Vetted. You can find it at Vetted.ai. And what it is that it is a shopping assistant that allows you to not only find and scour the web for the best prices, but also for great recommendations around the best products. So if I come to their website, they're going to ask you to install the Chrome extension. I'm going to go ahead and do 1628. But in this case, I'm actually just going to come here and let's put in here in the search bar, best yoga mats. And here it's going to bring up the vetted pics with the prices and the places that you can actually go and buy them. So if you click on these, you'll be able to go to the checkout page. For example, there you go. Boom, the price it indicated here. And when you see up here is that it's actually extracted data from Reddit from Wirecutter. Another Reddit thread out here, so what it's 1651 doing is it's really going around the web and finding the most up-to-date information about these different things. And then it's just bringing it all in one. So it saves you a bunch of time in the research phase. And of course, I can adapt this prompt to find best cheap yoga mat, and it's going to probably recommend something slightly different here. And now you can see that the price range is very different, right? $30, $17, $15. So it's really found exactly what I was asking for. So for me, 17. This is going to save lots of time on the research, and it's going to save you money on the price. However, I think there's smart ways to also use this to generate revenue. For example, some people have shoppers that they actually pay to be able to do shopping and research for them. Yep, that's right. Rich people have shopping assistants. So you could actually use this tool to be able to very quickly get access to the best information. I also think that you could easily sell your services actually with competitive intelligence. So you 1741 basically go to a company that's selling yoga mats, and you're like, hey, if you want us to do a full sort of research online and provide you all your competitors and the specific products that are competing with your products, well, you could come here and very quickly have access to all that info. Then you basically create a report and you be able to sell that as a competitive intelligence sort of report to some of these brands. And you might say that's a little too creative, Christian, but I think this is a really 1804 cool tool. Okay, so one problem I have is that I start bunch of books and finish very few, and that's because I'm not such a great reader. So this next tool is going to save you thousands of hours reading. And if you're anything like me who starts a bunch of books and never actually finishes them, well, this is going to be a hell, Mary for you. So the tool is Saeki. Although they are at typeset.io as a domain, and what it allows you to do, it's an AI-powered tool that helps you understand research papers better. You can either upload your 1830 own research papers here, or you can actually go through a massive database that they have, and allows you to explain and elaborate on some of the most academic texts in very simple words. How does climate change impact biodiversity? Let's go ahead and research that. And in just a couple of minutes, it's grabbing all of the top cited papers that talk about this topic. It's providing me with a first sort of analysis and answer to my question, citing the top 5. And then it also gives me access to each one, 59, one of these individually. So once I jump into one of these papers, it actually shows me the paper itself, and I can actually from there ask specific questions. So you're probably wondering, how do you actually make money from this, right? So at first, I could probably just click on, give me the results of this paper. And right here, it's going to give me all of the results of the paper in bullet points, which saves me a bunch of time. But then what I could do, for example, is either sell my services because now I have the power of all 1924. These very in-depth things, and I can use it for a number of different reasons. Or, for example, I could choose to figure out what kind of startups I could build based on this resource paper to generate revenue. So here I'm basically saying provide me with 3 business ideas that I could start based on this paper. Please include the customer profile and how much I could charge. Boom, and here are the results. Number 1, a water conservation consultancy service. So here I could target environmental organizations or government agencies, and 1950. Then I could charge a consultancy fee. Number 2, smart water management technology company. Very cool. Third, a biodiversity impact assessment firm. And honestly, I think this is kind of a gold mine because so many amazing and smart scientists are creating in-depth research papers but are not actually using the results to build profitable businesses. We all know that this video wouldn't be complete unless I talked about the elephant in the room, ChatGPT specifically. Their Omni version. Don't worry, I'm not going to introduce you to 2016, this tool. But I want to show you 3 use cases that I think can generate money. The first one I stumbled upon because I actually had lots of people in an event, an online webinar, and those people commented, and I wanted to figure out, okay, who are the most engaged out of these people who could potentially be good customers? So I uploaded the list of people who had registered. I also uploaded the log for the chat. And then I just asked ChatGPT certain questions, so let me show you the results. Okay, so here I basically asked it to create a list of 2041. The top 30 most engaged potential customers with specific interests they had, and joining and problems we could solve with our coaching program. So I'm going to go ahead and upload the files, and then I'm going to press enter. Boom. And just like that, it's created a list of the most engaged potential customers with the messages below as well. So as you can see here, we can do certain things with ChatGPT by uploading data and asking very specific things that would allow you to distinguish who are the best leads. So you could literally just do this for a service for people who run actual webinars. Use to case number 2. I created some dummy data about my sales so that we can ask questions about that. My prompt is, you are a data analysis specialist. Please create several graphs to represent this data for the sales manager. And then I'm going to upload a CSV with the information. So this is a fake file for sales for May 2024 that I've created. So boom, pretty impressive. What it's done here first, it's telling me the quantity by product. Then it's telling me the 2134, actual revenue by product. Then it tells me about my specific sales rep. So it seems like Henry Ford is way ahead of Elon Musk here. Elon Musk, you're our lowest performing sales guy, man. That's disappointing. Then daily sales. Boom, we can see that here on the 7th. It was the Beth sale day, a graph with the total sales. Then it tells us, the specifics. So, what was card? What was paid by PayPal? So we can have understanding of that. Just by uploading one document, you literally have a presentation that you can show through your manager. So yes, you can sell this as a service. Third example, you are a copywriting specialist with 10 years experience writing high-converting landing pages. Please suggest improvements to this landing page, and I'm going to give it access to this landing page, which is a program where we teach founders how to launch their startups with no code, and we're going to see what it actually suggests. Boom, and just like that, it's grabbed the different sections. It suggested some improvements for the headline, for the 2225 sub, headline value proposition, and basically even the call to action has been improved here. So these are all things that you could do to help people improve their conversion, and you can sell that as a service. You can also use this strategy to already do this work for specific websites and then send it to the owner of those websites and be like, hey, do you want to hire me? So the conclusion is that there are so many different ways you can generate revenue with AI. However, most people don't really do anything with it. So stop focusing on 2250, the vision. The mission: just basically generate your first $10 online with these tools. And if you're impressed by those tools, then you won't believe what you see in these. These are 7 no-code AI tools that can literally make you a millionaire. Subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next one. Let's go.